Hello, Jason again from BWS. Today's tech product review video, we'll be looking at Riveting Bond, SPR, which is Self-Piercing Riveting. Literally, you've got a mock-up here of a sill section. Most panel techs will understand what one of these are. They'd have done their IMI testing on one, their British standard testing, whether it be bond and rivet or McBray's welding sections. Well, what is riveting? Literally, this outer panel, you'd be looking at replacing. You'd put a bead along there with your bond, put your outer panel on, and then self-piercing rivets tend to be hollow in the center, little top hat. You go through the stack of the material, so it physically creates its own hole, goes through the material, and then sprays at the back, allowing you to clinch, as you can see there in the video. There's another form of riveting. If what you tend to have in car manufacture, if you've only got this section, it's already had 3 rivets in there, then once you take these out, not necessarily will we have enough space in between to fit other rivets. So they do a flow form rivet. A flow form rivet looks near enough the same, but the actual flute inside will be solid. So through the existing hole, you would create that so it's flat, put the self-piercing rivet through there, and then with tool of choice, you would squash that, and then that'd clinch front and back. Why have car manufacturers gone to SPR riveting? Well, a few things. You don't always have the same stack of materials. So you might have a high strength steel, you might have a mild steel, you might have an aluminium plate. So you might have a different material stack. Also then as well is if it's high strength steels, then you're physically doing a cold repair. As you probably know by now, high strength steels do not like heat. Boron steels do not like heat. The heat tends to send it back to a mild steel, and then all the strength that you physically had in that panel is no longer there. There's several different rivet guns in the market, and most manufacturers now are looking for you to have 10 ton, 80 to 90 kilonewtons worth of pressure here to actually put the rivet in. 2 main types of rivet gun. You'll have battery operated, or you will have pneumatic. So you put your airline there and it's driven by that. My personal preference is battery. I've got no cables coming from the back. I'm not relying on compressor being okay all the time. Battery, you always get 2 batteries with a kit. I have one on charge. Most rivet guns now are doing around about 100 rivets on a battery. And depending on if you're taking rivets out or applying rivets in, then this would push out the one that's in the physical gun there. You put a rivet on the anvil. Most of them are magnetic now. And then you press the trigger and you can see the action moving towards the other anvil. That then applies, creates its own hole, and then clinches at the back. Well, that gave you a brief introduction to riveting. We'll be doing another video shortly on the product of this rivet gun, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.